Previously on Megalos New Game, our intrepid group of adventurers were returning to the sleepy town of Kedelin after successfully completing an opus for them and taking out an ancient Mikari war walker that the village had somewhat mistakenly reactivated. You'd successfully done that, and when you got back into town, the place was...
I thought we were just like in the first room of the dungeon.
No. We'd come back from a previous mission and the town's deserted.
Yeah.
And we've now been going out to find out what's happened to all the peeps.
See, I was a bit faced, sorry.
Yeah, the town was deserted. You found some signs of a little bit of a struggle. And you...
Was it deserted or puddinged?
Puddinged, yeah. Ding! And you made your way to the Adventurers Guild, and you found the head of the Adventurers Guild kind of in a really badly beaten up sense.
Yes.
She gave you a few clues that she reckoned it was potentially having come out of a hole in the West Fields where the Mikari war machine had come out of. Right?
Yeah, I've just seen on the X-code it says yes, Daddy. Yes,
No, that's the O card. That was the...
Oh yes, the O card, sorry.
Fair matron.
No, Daddy. I give her the end of my falafel. Oh, I've noticed me centre.
Notice me, senpai.
You can see the... Right, okay.
Yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
That's appropriation, speaking for all actual senpais out there.
Yeah.
I've got a badge and everything.
I've got a badge.
Yeah. And you traced and so you headed to this hole, and then there was a giant kind of machine colony underneath it. You opened it up and you engaged in battle with some creatures which were known as Mikari skulkers. These were like twitchy, sparking, destructive mechanoids whose core functions have been eroded by the stability of the area that they are in, and it's obviously an underground lab of some sort that you are in.
Dexter.
The slashed up machinery, this slashed up machinery room is in the shape of a large L, 2 zones long on one side and then 90 degrees. And at the end of the second set of zones there's a large double door that these machines were trying to get through.
They were trying to get through, or they were guarding?
A bit of both.
Oh, interesting.
A bit of both.
Were some of them trying to get in and some of them trying to keep the others out?
No, they were all in one thing. When the teams
They didn't want us, but
They didn't want
wanted
us to go in. Me go, you no go. Me go, you no.
Yeah, the skulkers were sort of swarming over the main door out of the room, possibly trying to protect it. Yeah, the last of the Mikari creatures clatters to the floor in a heap of slagged metal and rent ceramic plating. An eerie quiet takes over as the rush and fury of battle subsides. Surveying the large room in the aftermath of the struggle yields something useful. A large toggle on the wall near where the Mikari creatures had been huddled before the fight lights up the room with a weak teal glow as crystal spheres near the ceiling flicker to life. In this new light, the room's condition is more readily apparent. It looks like these creatures had slashed and torn and blasted every inch of the walls in here for however many hundreds of years they've been down here. In the rear section of the L-shaped area is a large set of double doors with a mangled but still seemingly operable Magitech terminal next to it. And if anybody wants to, can make an attune test.
You're going to have to teach all this again.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you have the attune skill,
Right.
in that one there.
Yeah, no.
No.
I do. I shall make an attuning skill.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 hexes, that's 3 dice.
3 dice.
And they're all D20s.
All D20s.
Well, I've got a 20, so...
Oh, fantastic.
12, 2 and 9, so 12 is...
Okay. So you both managed to kind of click on into the terminal, and you know that you'll be able to operate it, although it is attuned to the terminal's energy. You're pretty sure you can use it to open the door. Doing so will probably make a pretty loud noise and draw an awful lot of power, as it seems like the contraption is missing an important set of capacitors that would normally power the hydraulics. With your natural 20, you can detect that there's a large source of lightning ether on the other side of the door.
Okay. So I'll tell that there's lightning ether. On our way through to this point, have we seen any sort of capacitors that we might be able to jury rig, or is it as good as it's going to get?
You haven't seen anything of much use in here. However, you did have those recovered Magitech fragments from the War Walker that you had taken for salvage and selling, but there is a suitable capacitor amongst those. So if you want to use one set of those fragments, you can.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Who's good at
No.
mechanic-y sort of stuff? What would that come under?
If you just want to put them in, if you just want to use the part, then you can slot it in.
Plug and play.
There's no roll needed.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's like a USB though.
Yeah.
You
can
Schrodinger's USB.
There is the option that you. There is the option that you can try and kit bash something from all of the recently destroyed Makari creatures that were firing all lightning from you.
I am not Fix, so I do not trust my soldering skills. Let's just use the
I
off-the-shelf
don't want the
part.
drive to fall off again.
That was like 4 games ago.
Was it 4?
We've done Invisible Sun.
We've done this. We've done Invisible Sun.
We've done Iron Sworn.
Iron Sworn was before. That's
We've done
Starfinder. The drawing hand
thing.
Yeah.
We've done Chronicles of
Font.
Aval.
Chronicles of Aval.
Yeah, Font, Chronicles of Aval. So there's.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Phoenix Dawn Command.
Yes, that was good. I like
Sentinels.
We've done Numenera since.
No, I'm fairly certain Numenera was before.
Was that before? Because it was the one I'm thinking of is Faith, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Faith. Oh, maybe Numenera was before.
But still, it sticks in my mind.
Because we're
Didn't stick the landing though.
Hey!
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt me. Yeah. Oh. Blooming kids thinking they invented Kate Bush.
I know, right? That was like last April or last June when I went to take the girls to school, and they were like, "Oh, we put on music on." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, it's only going to be like 20 minutes whilst driving to school." And it was all like 90s dance tunes. I'm like, "Yes!"
It's been missing a
He
page.
keeps singing things. He's like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, "This is my music."
That's
This
right.
is mummy's here. And I'm like, "Okay, well, if you like this, you might like this and this." And they're all like, "Oh, thanks."
I'm after page 35.
Nay.
1.
Have you written notes on the back of it?
No, I've
I've
just
got 6,
just
7,
checked.
8.
35. Fantastic.
35.
Yeah. Yeah. So you put the capacitor in. The door then kind of you can almost see it just lifting on guided hinges, and if you open it, it opens pretty much silently.
It's a Depeche Mode door.
Okay. So we have a 2 zones wide, 3 zones long. So there's a walkway. It's quite massive. This door's kind of come in at the centre of this one here.
Define quite massive.
Probably about the width of 2 houses.
Okay, quite massive.
There is a very high railing along both
Bigger
sides
than
of
a house,
it.
smaller than a really big house.
Yeah. There's a railing along both sides, but there is a very noticeable drop either side of it.
Oh, so are we basically on the Death Star?
Yeah,
Except no, they put a rail. OSHA has been in.
OSHA.
There are rails.
and then there's another similarly massive double door across the other
This would be
side.
defined as the gauntlet.
Chompers.
This episode was badly written.
Thwomps.
Is this a Mario Kart stage?
Mm.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, so yeah, you come in there, and then there's another similar door there. What do you wish to do?
Walk from one door to the other without getting hurt in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I like that one.
Can we see an obvious source of lightning ether?
Yeah.
No, but you can still kind of sense it coming from the other side of this door here.
Okay. My amplers are tingling.
Yes, people do not divide corridors into 6 sections if they're.
I'm not confusing player knowledge and character
I am, and
knowledge.
it's fun.
It's all part of the character.
He asked me what I want to do, I told him.
I would like to win, please.
Then find the bad guy and kill them and go home and have a cup of tea. Maybe some mead.
Mead tea.
And a
That's
digestive or
such a
two.
thing.
Mead. Digestive or two.
Digestive.
Not digestive, digestive.
We had them in kids' church today, and this kid was like, I don't want that. So, well, that's all we've got. All the other kids, can I have one now?
Don't like those.
Okay, yeah. So you walk across to the other door, and
We have
these.
things like perception and
Yeah. Yeah.
spidey sense.
I think Watch. Yeah. If you have watch as a skill,
I do.
if you can make.
This is one of those, if we watch, we will see, and if we didn't, we might have got away with it.
I have. So if one of your traits would improve your chances,
Yeah.
you can add your core bonus. I have insatiable curiosity.
Yeah.
So watch with insatiable curiosity.
Go for it.
That sounds quite wrong, really, doesn't it?
19.
Also a 19 plus 3, 22.
Amazing.
I don't like the fact that I'm rolling so well so early. When it becomes critical, this is going to turn around badly.
You walk across quite cautiously, and you notice that roughly in the ceiling, pretty
The
much over
ceiling?
yeah.
Oh,
So as you kind of
how high is the ceiling?
about 30 or 40 feet.
Okay.
So it's quite high up. But you notice that there's like an irised, big sort of circular thing.
Shooty or
almost that
watchy?
no, as in the iris on the Stargate kind of
Oh, yeah,
iris,
yeah. Right.
that sort of thing. But just, in fact, it's about the same size as a Stargate. It doesn't have the chevrons around the outside. But it's embedded in the ceiling, almost as if, and
Indeed.
Boy.
And then when you get to the large set of double doors at the far side, these ones are almost entirely without power and partially rusted shut. So they're even more sealed off than the previous set were.
So to me, something says that they've not come in and out of that door. They've gone down the side.
Or up through the iris.
Oh
In some manner.
Portal.
Could be a portal, could be a lift, could like the
Fucking
ropes come
Halo.
down. Anything can happen.
It could be
Grab
an
that.
aperture that facilitates the claw.
It could.
Give me the plant.
The problem is, the minute you say like an iris thing that opens, Joe, legitimately the first thing that I think of is Lando going up in the Millennium Falcon in the little thingy hatch.
Yeah.
It's always that. Is Lando up there? Can we has a Lando? I want a Lando.
Give the players what they want. I think it went higher. Excuse me a moment. Continue.
This is really good hot chocolate.
You reckon that you could use another one of the fragments that you've got, because you had
Yeah.
So, but it wouldn't be quite so easy to open this one. Would require a bit of a roll.
What do you think?
I have restore. Would that help?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, restores more
Okay.
healing.
Healing.
It
Yeah,
would
that
be
makes sense.
create.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I've got create.
I have inspect. Maybe if I would take a look at it.
I can, if you want me to have a go, I can try creating.
I
And-
agree with that.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, I'm going to try and. Scholar of Arcane
Scholar of
Sciences.
Arcane Sciences is going to.
I've got a blazing sky shark axe.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds like a universal key.
For rusty doors, at least.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 16.
A 16. Okay. Yeah. So you
I want to say no.
get the part, or a couple of the bits of the parts. One of you has to kind of just go back across, get a couple of bits from the damaged skulkers and bring them back across to you. But you manage to get this
Could be my hamster.
door openable. But you know that when you open it,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to close it again.
Okay, so, yeah. So, did that cost one of those, or by doing the test, does that
It cost one.
cost one? So that's cool. So I've got one. We've got one left. Well, a minute ago she was staring at me. I was a little bit scared, looking into her little beady black eyes.
The doors slide open, revealing a much larger chamber. In here are at least a dozen more of the Makari creatures like those of you just fought, but they seem to be laying dormant. Your eyes study them cautiously for any sign of movement. It doesn't take long to realise that they all seem to be missing large parts of themselves, as if key pieces have been removed over the years, perhaps sacrificed so that that more otherwise intact mechs could be repaired and kept working for longer. A bright purple glow from the far side of this dimly lit chamber grabs your attention. A massive sphere of etheric energy suspended a few feet off the ground, inside of which hover 30 or more silhouetted shapes. It looks like the townsfolk of Kedellin are being held in some sort of heavy stasis spell.
Great.
Heavy clanking footsteps and the whir of servo motors ring in your ears as a cloaked shape standing 8 feet tall lurches into view from behind a large bank of Magitech consoles.
Kenobi!
An auto-tuned machine voice rumbles out of the humanoid robotic form. You! Who are you? Its 3 glowing eyes burn with a purple light as it comes within 10 yards before stopping. It parts its cloak slowly to reveal 4 mechanical arms and a body that looks like it's been built from scraps of the smaller Makari creatures.
It is General Grievous then.
Yeah, a bit chonkier, but yeah.
General Grievous has been on the Butterfield diet plan. Bomb 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 bombs. Poison crispy owl. Slabs of ham.
You were not present in the remote research station above ground. You are not authorized for access in this facility. Explain your presence in Tech Hive Delta before I remove you. This facility and its work are classified.
Fish and proteins from the sea.
What?
I can't remember the line. There's something like that from Logan's Run with the robots.
Do we want to try and like bluff this thing, or are we going to Han Solo boring conversation anyway and just smash, or?
Well, he seems to think it's a research facility, that it was all one big experiment, so it'd be good to know what that was about if we can. Obviously be saving the people, but let's get some information first if we can.
How cocky. How do you look?
I have
cocky?
bargain. feel that could be used in that kind of way.
Yeah.
And say, we have come from somewhere else to get an update on your research.
We have come from the Apple Genius Bar to check your firmware.
Yeah, if you want to make a bargain roll. Do you think any of your traits, so those 4 there, if any of those is particularly appropriate?
Extremely competitive. Pirate Enforcer.
If you were trying to threaten, then maybe.
Yeah. No, okay. 18.
18, okay. So it kind of stops at your bluff that you're making. And then it does that whole... It's quite obvious that it's just done a scan of you. Sensors indicate you are carrying a piece of Hyluran magic tech, a Thaum core most commonly used to power their war walkers and artillery weapons. Records indicate we are currently at war with Hyluria. Is this device some sort of weapon intended to destroy this facility?
No, it is a weapon we retrieved from the corpse of our enemies.
Yes. What he said. What they said.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. You are not Hyluran agents?
We are not.
None of you have even heard of any kingdom or country called Hylura. So obviously it's been gone for quite some time.
Whoop. Definitely not. Nope. Definitely not. No.
What is your purpose in this laboratory?
Seek the Grail.
An update on your essential research.
Yes.
Where is your authorization to access classified documents?
I left it in my...
Yeah.
Sorry.
The codes have been updated since your last transmission with Control. Here are the new codes. 24736.
Cheeky bonker.
Can you make another bargain or bluff? Yes, please.
No. I did very well on my last one.
Yeah. Codes not accepted. Update presented without proper verification. Options to remove you limited. Option A, violence.
Hey, we don't like violence.
And the cloak comes off it. Unit designated Daedalus, engaging hostiles. And
It
then
didn't have to be like this, Davis. It really didn't. Let's go.
so it's going to be a right. So if you want, we might as well use the same thing there. So don't put yourselves at one end of it. No, it's just that one. Okay, so I got initiative wrong last time.
Okay.
And last time I'd done it where you all had your actions and then monster had actions, but it goes, one of you takes an action, then a monster, then one of you, then a monster, then one of you, then a monster, backwards and forwards.
Okay.
So again, yeah, it sheds this robe. And who wants to go first?
I say let the
If you can take
universal
the little
key.
4 the 4 little dice that you had. You get
The ether dice.
yeah. So Algie and Signy, you both roll 1 to start off with, and you roll all 4.
3.
Yeah, told you.
So, and then, I don't know if you remember, you take that and you divide it by 4, and that adds a bonus to your damage.
Excuse me. It's like 1.75.
No, 2.
That's 7.
That's not 7.
It's not
That's
7.
9.
That's 9. Shush.
Yeah.
Shush.
Sunday, we don't math on Sunday.
That math.
We just don't do math on Sunday.
Ooh. So who's going first?
I think your universal key should be used to open this thing's chest.
Cool.
Ha ha ha.
Smack.
So what are you doing? So don't forget, you get a move, you get a quick action, and then you either get a full action or 2 half actions.
And I can use them in any order,
In
which I
any
didn't
order.
understand before.
And I believe
Can you say that again to me? You get a move?
a move, which can move you 2 squares.
Right.
On the back of the back sheet, I did write a couple of options down.
That's read out of it.
Sorry.
That's it. That's all a bit confusing.
Okay.
And then undo that one. The charged attack.
Yep.
Is that right?
So
You move to auto hit.
Yep.
Deal
CD plus
5.
Yep.
Plus COER.
core. Yeah. which is the +2 from there.
Right.
So that's core damage plus 5 plus
2.
2.
So plus 7.
Yep.
What's core damage?
Core
That one?
damage is on your character
Core
sheet.
bonus.
No, core damage. It's where the weapon is.
20.
That's 27.
So I just automatically hit it for 27.
Yeah, but that takes up your entire action. You
Oh,
don't
that's
get.
pretty good.
Yeah, and you don't have to
Let's
roll for
do
it.
that then.
Yeah.
Do I then get
No,
something else? Quick action.
that takes up
The
to-
entire one.
to do it as the auto hit. It
Yeah.
takes up your move and your
That's
quick
fine,
action as
that's
well.
fine.
So it
I'm happy with
soaks
that.
3. So there's 24. Okay. So I am going.
Excuse me.
I can hit it.
I have no energy to do it, so.
Okay.
It will be done before the wedding.
So,
just like.
As you are fighting, you see that there are 4 consoles in the walls of these locations.
What walls? Oh no, we're not in the
This is,
way
yeah, it's a different map. Which are lit up and displaying arcane glyphs in a language that you don't quite understand. It rears up in front of you, and you can see kind of streams of runic data leaving these consoles and going into it. And it very rapidly stabs at you 4 times with its arms.
Yay.
What is your dodge?
Don't know.
On the character sheet, bottom left.
14.
14, fantastic. So there's a 17, so that Tetra Slash, and it does 16 physical damage.
That's a proper Final Fantasy named attack there.
So just under where it's got the dodge,
Yeah.
it will have a load of what's called soak values.
Yeah.
That will give you a dice and a number. So you roll that dice. So that's 13 points of damage,
Okay.
which comes off your armour hit points first,
Okay.
and then comes off that one.
Good. We recovered damage then
Your
last time.
armour recovers at the end of a fight.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Kind of like shields in Halo.
Yep, that's what I was doing.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And then it will be
It's doing very important.
a move, flash step, teleport 3,
Yes! It was on my face.
and then auto attack 7 piercing damage to Algae. That will still come off your armour,
Yeah, you don't get to soak it.
but you don't get to soak it. And then
See, you know,
it fires
you do know
a
it.
burst of flechette needles, and both of you two take 5 physical damage.
Can we
But you
soak?
can soak that.
So I can't. Can I dodge or?
No,
It
it's
hits.
also hit.
So I want a soak value of 0, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Soak.
yeah.
No,
0.
plus 0.
Oh, I see.
You always get at least a D4 soak.
No, beat it.
So that was what, 5 in total?
Yeah.
And I've soaked 4 of it.
Yeah.
And my armour's taken 1. Thank
What
you,
have I got to
armour.
do? Sorry.
You get to do a physical soak.
So,
Right at the bottom left.
Bottom left.
yeah. Physical, oh, D6. What? So I take
4.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one, like,
Yeah, it's one there.
it had that much stuff.
What are you doing?
My brain has lost the plot.
Cool. And one of you guys.
As it's up in your grill, do you want to go first, Bob?
Yeah, I'm doing my,
Channeling your inner wet bandits.
yeah, turns Chino. Chino.
Cow. I love you.
Okay, right. Come on, brain, let's think.
You pick up quite obviously that every time it's done an attack, there's been like a glow of energy and data transferred from these consoles. You reckon that you may be able to interfere with it by destroying those consoles as well.
Yeah, it's
that
kind
was
of-
on my my
yeah.
to-do list.
I am just gonna attack it because it's in my face.
Oh, that's the other thing, we had an errata from the publisher. Your claws only have a range of 0.
Oh. So I've got to be in the same square as
Which
me.
you are. So you're fine.
So that's the claws attack. She's got ranged options.
So, bloodletter claws. Because I'm gonna.
Does that work? Because you've got no blood.
Oil is blood.
I've got no power. Like, my power's
God,
healing
me.
stuff, so at the moment that's cool. So yeah, I would like to.
Did you want to do an all-out attack or 2 standard ones?
Oh, let's go all out.
Yeah. So you have a stack of advantage, so you get an extra dice. So that'll mean you're rolling 4. And it's versus. Is it dodge or ward? It should say
Ward.
ward. Okay. Its ward is 16.
And I've got core damage of 10 CD, but the range is 0 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll do +5 damage if you hit for doing an all-out attack. Is that with your +3? Because you add your core bonus to your attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nope, that will be 19.
19, so that's a surging hit. So that's +5 damage. That's +10. So how much is that in total?
Seriously, brain, come on. Words are being spoken to me, but nothing's going in.
Is it 15?
So yeah, it's 15. Because I've got
I don't
10. I've got 10 core damage plus
Yeah.
5, 15. So
Yeah, +5 again.
oh, so 20.
So 20. And you still get your quick action.
Can I?
So you can either do the one that's on there or just an auto attack.
Yes, auto attack.
Which is 4. Yeah, 4 piercing. And you can move if you want.
Yeah, I want to try and like round it back a bit.
Yeah. So what, to go into the next zone? Yeah. Not a problem. And Sigla.
So, I am going to start off by using my Balefire Sigil cantrip. So I roll, as it's a cantrip, I roll another ether.
Yeah.
Yay. This is going well. So I've got 2 ether. And I'm going to drop my Balefire Sigil in my zone to cover me. I am then going to use so when can I drop the sigils? Is that whenever I cast a cantrip?
No, the runes
Yeah.
are whenever you spend ether current
And
to activate these.
yeah, so but at what point can I spend them at any point in my turn? Or do I have to do it on a particular action?
So it's when you use your sorcery.
Yeah.
So, which is what? Envas Pyros.
Yeah.
So when you cast that, you can convert any number of your ether current dice into runes.
Okay, superb. So I'm going to cast Envos Pyros, but I'm going to aim at that terminal. Magic attack 3d20 plus 3 versus ward, 1 target in range 3. Astral damage up to 3 foes in the target zone suffers 3 piercing, so that'll get a bit if I get it. So let's super hit. That's a critical, if there is such thing as criticals. That's a 23.
Yeah. So anytime you get an 18 or more, including even after your mods, that's what's called a surging hit.
Okay.
And it does +5 damage.
Sweet. So it is going to take, the monitor thing is going to take 3 CD astral damage. I'm not sure what the CD.
Range 3.
CD astral damage.
Core damage.
Core damage.
So
Okay.
CD is there.
14. So it's going to take 14 plus 5. It's going to take 19 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to take 3 piercing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use that to trigger dropping some runes. I'm going to drop a rune of protection on myself because I am not particularly robust.
Yeah.
Because they're both minor. Rune of protection is minor. And I will also drop a rune of protection on Kel. 1 foe in range. What's the range?
What was the range of the sorcery?
Range 3.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Cal, you're also getting a rune of protections.
Oh, I mean, nice.
which means I can then use my quick action to cast Xenosyntax on him. And that's going to be... I'll see if I hit first. So 3d20 versus Ward 1.
Yep.
So there's a 19, so then another surging hit. So the damage is core damage plus 2 times the number of active runes. So I've got 2 active runes, so that's 40, so that's 4, so that's 16. No. 2 times the number of active runes, so that's 2, 4.
Yeah.
40, so that's 18.
Yeah. Plus 5 because you've got a surge.
Plus 5, so that's 23 damage. Did I break the monitor?
Yes, you did.
Hey!
23 minus 5 is 18, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that goes...
I very, very rarely play as mages, so sorry that I'm really slow.
The mages are fun
Huh?
They're tricky and I don't
you
know
just
them.
like smash.
I do. A
Who
simple
doesn't
girl.
like smashing?
Pumpkins.
Don't take the gish. It's a Smashing Pumpkins song.
Oh.
Okay. Who's start of the next round?
This was something else you'd be punning along, but it's because you want to keep going. Carry on.
Start of the next round. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay.
Can I smash the console next to me?
You can. No, but you noticed that when this one was smashed, it exploded quite wildly, and it effectively, every time you smash a console, it does 10 piercing damage to it, but it also does 3 piercing damage to everybody that's in the same zone.
As it or the console?
As the console.
I'm in the same zone as the console.
Yeah, so that would damage you if you smashed a...
But he's going to damage me otherwise, isn't he? Alright, I'll
Little
go and
sa-
Can
hit
I,
him.
can I let you
little
into a secret?
sacrifice.
I'll go and hit
Let-
him.
Can I let you into a secret? It's got 2 hit points left.
I'll go and do an automatic 27 go.
You just went up and went.
So much for boss fights.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do that.
Yes.
It took me a little while to get the thinking, but I think I'm starting to get the idea of this whole pew pew.
Yeah.
I did last game, but my brain literally this week is literally just like no mental.
That went well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you bury your burning axe into this thing's
Yeah.
body.
Smack it.
Blazing.
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 Amazing.
Sky
420
shark,
eye.
like in the sky shark axe. Yes, carry on.
Gotta stress this.
The
Sky
consoles,
shark.
the consoles surrounding the area all go dim. The thing kind of slumps, and then there's a very satisfied "Thank you."
Ooh, it wanted to be put to sleep.
And then
From it.
from it,
Right.
and then there is a kind of coalescence of purple lightning ether.
And out of it steps Prince.
That's normally known as.
He's Prince.
And a kind of a voice that's filtered through a Tesla coil kind of says, "Thank you for releasing me. I was bound into this zone of machinery over 1,500 years ago. I was used to power this entire installation, and you have set me free." And then it kind of
Whooshes.
zaps away.
And all the people drop.
Yes.
Gem Gently and nicely. Without
Gently and nicely, yes.
lit.
You two can both tell that that was quite an elder lightning elemental,
Yeah.
obviously being banged into the machinery to run the place.
I want one.
That's it.
Power my house.
But lightning.
Yeah, lightning calcifer.
Something like that, yeah.
May all your light bulbs break.
May all your bacon be burnt. It's one of my favourite curses.
May all your batteries be flat.
Or may all your battery compartments be corroded.
May you never find the end of a roll of sellotape.
Take that back.
May you always get a paper cut when you're licking an envelope closed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know somebody at work that would do that at least once or twice a week, back when we actually physically sent letters to people.
And licked things.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah, good.
we-
You wouldn't
we-
think about licking things now, would you?
We did have little, I don't know what you call the particular bit of stationery, but it's like a little bowl of water with a kind of sponge in the end. Nobody ever used them because they were rubbish.
Or the Pritt stick,
I
because
come
it
in
was
the
so
pot.
cheap it just didn't really do anything.
Yeah, so you catch the townsfolk who've been in the stasis, filled up with what's happened. Returning to the surface, you find that Kaza has shown up with a rope ladder to drape down the sinkhole. The townsfolk climb to safety and return to their homes, thanking you profusely for the rescue and lauding you all as heroes. As they return to their homes, lavishing you with praise and promises of future discounts and rounds of drink at the pub, you feel the satisfaction of a good job done well. The tiny crossroads town of Cadelin throws a feast in your honour that night, and the next morning you're treated to a hero's welcome wherever you go. In the sky above, airships putter past on Viridium engines and ether sails, and the ebon moon hangs ominous and dark, and somewhere an Imperial scientist named Sirius Cava Miles taps away at a Magitech console. Words appear on her glowing readouts. Daedalus units compromised. Telemetry ceased. Last readings indicate interference from local adventurers. She scowls in cold anger before typing out a command in response. Activate Apollo unit. Relay telemetry when available. Keep me informed of progress. Find out all you can about these so-called adventurers.
Dun dun dun. Bum, 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 bum.
We made an enemy!
And that's Megalos' new game.
I like it.
I liked that.
Hey.
That's
fun.
good.
Yeah.
That is good, yeah.
There are a lot more options in the full game. So what we've been doing, obviously, is when you've made a roll, you've added your core bonus normally to the highest dice. But there are benefits to getting matches. So if you, after like a 15, and you get a 15 on one dice and a 12 on another, yeah, you could put the your plus 3 core bonus onto the 15 and get a surging result for 5 extra damage, but sometimes it's more advantageous to have a pair of 15s than the surging success. There are also lots of other uses for surges other than just bonus damage, and there are a lot more powers. There are also at least two other classes.
Is one of them Dragoon?
I don't know, I don't think so. There are definitely summoners, and there's another spellcaster called Invoker, and I think there's another melee class.
If I'm honest, I like the whole there's an enemy bash it, but I don't like the mechanics of this. It's like, suppose you do that, and then you add that, and don't forget you add that, and then there's another thing, and if you do it in one of these 20 million ways, you might get a better result. I get confused at that this time on a Sunday night about these things.
Yeah, there are quite a few moving parts.
Yes. It's
But,
one of the reasons I love Invisible Sun, because there are less moving parts.
Yeah. But conversely, I like the moving parts because you've got lots of crunch that you can play around with. But you do have to get your head around a lot more than just roll a 20, add something to it, hit something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Convenience.
it is not the most obtuse rule set I've ever
No.
used.
This is pretty good.
I remember Thaco.
Yes.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I
Sure.
I'm gonna stop the recording there. So thank you very much.